wow, this is awkward. What's up, you guys? You caught me. You caught me.
You caught me.
This is Sam's Listen to Heart on Ice. I know. This is, you guys listen to this song all the time, on the vans, on their walks from school to branches, on your walks to school. And I was always telling you guys, like, why do you guys love this song so much? Why do you always listen to it? And you guys always say, man, Mr. Sam, it's just like we're going through so much. And I'm like, you know what? It makes sense, because 2020 has been a hard on ice year, man. Like, there's been so much going on, and sometimes it feels like every other moment we're getting our hearts broken. Like, first, Kobe, and then it gets to like World War III is about to happen, psych, just messing with your hearts, and then everything's gonna be okay, and then boom, Corona, it's like, what? And then everything's shut down, and then Oasis is like first time ever not happening, and we're like, what is going on? And then you realize, like, man, when you have your heart on ice, it's when you have your heart on your sleeve, you're bringing all your emotions forward and talking about it. And this song, even though you're not talking to somebody, sometimes it feels like you get to talk about what you're going through just by singing it. It makes you feel good, but I don't feel like it gets the problems out of the way. It kind of reminds me of this guy that I know, Kevin Berthia. And I'm actually going to show you guys a little bit of his story really quick. Let's transfer over to this video right here. This guy you're looking at right now is actually Kevin Berthia. And he's going through a lot. He has his heart on ice in the like craziest way possible. And I'm actually going to show you guys a little clip of his story.
I saw in that water. I took a couple steps back, and in the moment as I'm heading towards the railing and about to jump over, I hear a voice. Hey, is everything all right? And in that moment, it was enough of a distraction to where I grabbed the railing and turned myself on this cord. I'm 220 feet in the air, and I have somebody trying to get my attention. I'm upset. I'm yelling back and forth at him. Stay back. I'm trying to keep myself warm. I'm bundled up. So I keep yelling at him. I say, if you get any closer, that's it. Because all I got to do is nudge back. Like, that's all I, not even a big nudge, just a small nudge, and that's it. Finally, in my heart starts feeling like, why does he even care? Because he's not yelling at me. He's not making me feel like I'm stupid for being here. Because everything inside of me is like, man, you're stupid. You didn't put yourself in this position. You did not come here to talk. I came here because I was in pain and I was trying to get out of it. But here, after 15 minutes, this voice starts to penetrate me in my soul, and it gets a little closer, and I start to hear him. I never look up, and in that same position on that bridge, with my feet hanging off the cord, and at any moment I could do this and it could be over. And for 92 minutes, this individual, this human, just listened to me. Now, think about that when I say that. For 92 minutes, he sat there, he stood there, and just listened to me.
Wow. Let's talk about that. Wow, you guys, that was deep. Kevin Berthia was going through so much that he went to the Golden Gate Bridge, and he's asking for directions. And as he's asking for directions, on his heart, he's saying, if only somebody would listen to me. Literally wearing his heart on his sleeve, saying, if only somebody would listen to me and hear that I'm asking for directions to the Golden Gate Bridge. If somebody just asked me, like, why are you going there? What are you going through? He was actually ready to tell them everything. And I think a lot of you guys are going through the same thing, or you've gone through the same thing Kevin Berthia has gone through, that you just wanted somebody to listen to you, and maybe you went to a sibling, maybe you got to a relative, maybe you got to branches, and you were just wilding out. You were just not having it that day. And you guys know what I'm talking about, where everything just seems to get you upset. Everything, you don't even want to eat snack. You don't even want family dinner. You're like, man, forget this. And everybody's like, what? You're not going to eat family dinner? And then somebody walks up to you and says, yo, what are you going through? And you usually do that. Nothing, miss. No, I'm not going through nothing. No, I don't want to talk. Ain't nothing. And it's like, you know what? Just like, what are you going through? And usually after the second time, you guys start to break down, and we're like, yo, we're getting somewhere. And a lot of you guys can resonate with Kevin Berthia's story, that somebody listened to you and it made all the difference. And so if you're going through something right now, if you're going through anything, sometimes you feel like you're talking to people, or you're talking about your problems and people aren't listening, you're getting backed into this corner. And I just want you guys to know, in your corner, there are so many people ready to listen to you guys. When you wear your heart on ice in branches, oh my gosh, like, we have so many people who are ready to listen to you guys, and there's so many resources for you guys, that you can talk to so many people and you never have to feel like you have nobody to talk to. But at the same time, you guys can be Kevin Briggs. And Kevin Briggs is actually the guy who helps Kevin Berthia in his situation. So let's actually take a look at more of the story really quickly.
So after this time, he decided on his own to come back over the rail. And I said, what did I do that helped this situation? All he told me was, you listened. You let me speak and you listened. That's all this guy was looking for. And I think that's what so many people are looking for.
Wow. And so as much as a lot of us feel like Kevin Berthia, who's standing on the side of the bridge, that like, somebody just listened to me. Wow, this felt so much better. A lot of you guys can also be a Kevin Briggs to somebody else, where Kevin Briggs actually just stands there and he's like, what did I do to help you? What did I even do to get this guy who was about to lose his life come back over to this side? And Kevin Berthia just said, you listen to me. Sometimes all we really need to do with our friends is listen to them. A lot of times people are telling us what they're going through, their stories, and we feel like we have to have the next answer. We need to have something to say. Or sometimes we're just like, I'm too busy. I gotta go. But what this story I think tells us is that Kevin Briggs didn't do anything crazy. He didn't say the right words. He simply just listened to this stranger. And it made all the difference for Kevin Berthia. So instead of just sitting in your rooms and doing this, as great as it feels to get that out, try getting it out to somebody. Like, try sharing what you're going through with somebody. And maybe there's somebody that you hear in the room next to you doing all that. Why don't you go into the room and, you know, maybe wait for them to finish the song and see, like, wait, what are you going through? Because here at Branches, we have the atmosphere of listening to people's problems, and not selling them short. We always try to give you guys the benefit of the doubt, because you guys know there are plenty of times where we could have easily just told you, hey, that's it, we're done, you got to get out of here. But we gave you an extra chance. We gave you a lot of extra chances. And that made all the difference. Maybe not in that moment. Maybe you didn't admit it to us, but years down the line, you're almost a completely different person. And so maybe you can be the Kevin Briggs to somebody else. Maybe you can be the Mr. or Mrs. somebody at Branches to somebody in your life. Because I think all of you guys can think of at least one person at Branches who sat and listened to you. Maybe it wasn't a staff. Maybe it was a friend at Branches. So think about how you can do that for somebody else. How can you be a Kevin Briggs to somebody else? Because I think 2020 has been a hard on ice year, and it'll really help if people had somebody to talk to. So reach out, not just to have somebody listen to you, but to listen to somebody else. Because as fun as it is to just sit there and pour your emotions out with a song, I think we really just want somebody to listen to us. Think about that. See you guys later.
Thanks for watching. Remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow us on all of our social media. See you next time. Bye.